Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I mean, we just got to get right into it.
And that's, that was kind of the story here coming into this fight. And I love, I love Derrick Lewis and what he had to say. He goes, I love those wrestlers. And he is right. There is something about the wrestlers that he ends up winning. Everyone counts him out, including us. I mean, we were sitting here last week. We were literally like, the only way this guy's going to win this fight is if he knocks him out. Outside of that, Curtis Blaydes is going to take him down and beat the hell out of him for 5 rounds. But what did Derrick Lewis do? That big uppercut, man.
There wasn't a single takedown.
No, and then...
They stayed on the feet the entire time.
Yeah.
Just absolutely shocked me.
Yeah, well, and then Curtis Blaydes leading up to that fight that whole week was talking about, I don't care what the fans want. I'm taking him down. I'm going to win this fight. And in the shot that he did
he looked good.
Oh, he did? He looked great.
He looked really good on the feet.
Yeah, he did. But... man, you can't second guess yourself when you're going in for that takedown, and it cost him, man. There was one other time where he kind of fainted, and I saw Derrick Lewis load up in the first round, and I go, hey, guys, he's looking for that uppercut. Watch out for that. And then round 2, boom. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And, man, we got to talk about the aftermath of that uppercut. Derrick Lewis gets a couple more shots in, and I'm like, dude, you're going to kill someone.
Seriously.
I mean, hey, it's the sport, and it is what it is. I'm not like talking ill of Derrick Lewis.
Well, remember Dan Henderson and Bisping,
and Bisping at UFC
loading
100.
up a full body weight as hard as he can.
Holy fucking Superman punch Bisping. Bisping's out cold, and he jumps on. Dan Henderson jumps on top of him and gives him just a full blow. So.
That was one of the moments I went, oh my God, this is one of my favorite sports of all time.
Oh, for sure.
The second I saw that, I was like, what?
Weren't you here at UFC 100?
I remember watching that here, and I was the
dude.
biggest Frank Mir fan ever.
I
was the only Frank Mir fan in the room, and Brock just
He got the second one. He got the second fight,
him.
man.
But back to Derrick Lewis, dude, and Curtis, because, let's stay on Curtis for a second, because he did look very good on the feet. Dude, when he was landing those leg kicks and he was piecing up Derrick Lewis, he had Derrick Lewis very hurt in the first round. And at no point did he even go for the takedown. Even when he had him hurt, he was just piecing him up on the feet. And what was it, right before the knockout? There was an eye poke or something like that? There was a little bit of an interference with the referee?
There were a few interferences. The second time around, Curtis Blaydes apologized, and then Herb Dean was like, no, that was a slap. That was fine.
And not even 10 seconds later, he got viciously KO'd.
Yeah.
Oh, man, so unfortunate.
Yeah, it really is, man, especially for the trajectory of Curtis Blaydes.
Think about it. Number 2 in the world has only lost 2 fights his entire career, and it's to the guy who they're saying is the people's champ. If he wins the belt in next couple weeks. So coming up very soon. If he wins the belt, he could be the champion forever, they're saying. So it was his only champ was the hope that Francis loses, and he wins this fight. And then he is, without a doubt, getting the title shot. And now it's over for the guy. Like, he has to work his way back up in such a ridiculously stacked, I would say, top 5 in this division. I mean, where does Derrick Lewis go from here? I mean, we have to talk about his next fight and his next future. I think that has to do a lot with what we're about to talk to later on in this next preview show, Mason, because I do think we got a little bit of a heavyweight tournament going on here. And you always have to say John Jones.
Right. Because that's the next guy who gets the next shot after Ngannou versus Stipe. That's just, it is what it is. It's written in stone. It's going to happen. So then you got to look at this heavyweight division outside of that. We obviously know in our preview show, we'll talk about it more, but to preview it, Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Cyril Gane. So, that's a huge fight in the heavyweight division. And then essentially the winner of that could potentially fight Derrick Lewis to be for the number 1 contender in the heavyweight division. I don't see how else we do this right now. I mean, we do kind of have a logjam in this division right now, but deservedly so, because we're talking about Ngannou, who deserves his shot, and one of the greatest, if not the greatest fighter in the history of the sport outside of Khabib Nurmagomedov, and that's John Jones.
Yeah.
So... It is what it is here, but I mean, how do you see the heavyweight division shaking out outside of this?
I mean, well, like we said, you have to do the Rozenstruik Gane versus Lewis, and then I mean, really, what do we see? Who do we see winning in a couple weeks? You got Ngannou, Stipe. I mean, I'm rolling with my guy.
Well, of course,
my guy.
Of course,
Stipe, man, he's saving little cats and children out of trees. Just a good guy, American man.
Hey, I'll never say anything bad about Stipe as a person. I love Stipe. I love Stipe, but inevitably, I think the champ's reign is over. I think Francis Ngannou will be our next heavyweight champion, but we'll save that for another day.
Yeah. Well, I guess it will. We'll see. We will see. It really depends on John Jones, I guess. And I guess with Israel Adesanya coming up very soon, he's going to fight for the light heavyweight belt, in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Against Jan? So, yep. I mean, could that keep John down? I don't think so. Probably is.
Dude. I mean, we saw those pictures last month of him at 250. He ain't going down. He's going to be in heavyweight for a little while.
Yeah. So, we'll see. I mean, we are logjam. We'll have to see what happens in the next couple weeks. But Derrick Lewis, it's only looking up for him. I mean, people are calling for a title shot now, and he might be right in line, right?
Yeah, I think so. Outside of this crazy John Jones scenario, I mean, he would be the next guy to get the shot. So,
yeah,
we shall see.
Absolutely.
But spectacular fashion that knockout was. Yep. Shout out to Derrick Lewis getting it done. Yeah. I mean, dang, man, he was a plus 350 underdog, and he got the knockout. That's why, folks, if you are a betting man and you have heavyweights in the UFC and they're both in the top 5 and one guy's a plus 350, you put money on him. Put money on him. Because it's the heavyweights, baby. I mean, it takes one shot and your lights are out, and you saw that this Saturday night.
Isn't that a little bit of unfortunate? Because Derrick Lewis is like, I'm so much more than just hey, I'll knock you out in one punch kind of guy. But he goes out there every single time and he just knocks a guy out in one punch.
Okay, look, I love Derrick Lewis. I love everything about the guy, and I hope he has a long career in the UFC. But you're trying to tell me this man, he's a one-trick pony. But the thing is he's got so much unbelievable power.
Yeah.
That dude, he makes for an entertaining heavyweight fighter.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he's awesome. We love Derrick Lewis, but come on, man, you're trying to tell me he's a jiu-jitsu master? I mean,
hell no. But we see the jumping scissor kicks he throws. No,
that's the thing with Derrick Lewis.
Very athletic and acrobatic.
Absolutely, he's super athletic. He'll throw a head kick, and I'm like, damn, dude, he's a heavyweight. No, he's super athletic, for sure, unquestionably. But I'm just talking about on the ground. He's a one-trick pony as far as, he's got stand-up and, hey, some pretty good takedown defense, too. For the times they were in the clinch and the times, Curtis did try to shoot. Mm-hmm. Derrick Lewis did a good job of not getting taken down, especially when Curtis had that single leg.
Yeah, he's such a big man. He's so big and he's so strong. He used to cut weight down to get to 265. I don't know if he still does or not. He probably still does.
Maybe.
Who knows? He's a big man. Let's go into our church bets. Church coin. So I put 100 on Lewis, and thank goodness I did. I was all in on Curtis Blaydes. I mean, we said it last week. We didn't give Derrick Lewis a chance. We thought it was going to be Curtis Blaydes just riding him out for 5 rounds straight to a unanimous decision victory. Did not happen. Thank goodness I went with Lewis. Like you said earlier, if you're a plus 325 in the heavyweight division, you're a one-punch knockout artist, do it. Go for it. Pull the trigger.
Puncher's chance. I put 200 church coin on.
My balls was hot.
And I got 650 church coin back on that. So shout out to Derrick Lewis making me some church coin money.
Absolutely.